being disruptive as usual. Okay, so the battery died out. Somebody start over again. I'm gonna do the same rant. Well, probably not the same rant. Pretty close. All right, hello, cosplay. We're back, and today is another paint and chat, which I'm not actually painting. Oh well, it's just me working slowly on this glass armor. I hope to actually get some streaming done eventually, and we'll do much more work more quickly. This is me doing work on the side of my regular commissions and everything else that goes on in my hectic life. And maybe someday, eventually, I'll have this finished up. I'm just trimming up this extra bit of plastic here, where it does seem like the lower levels are thicker. It's just that they have a shorter circumference to travel, whereas the top layer is raw circumference. I will not explain that right now. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I told you guys I was getting a van. And yes, in fact, I have a van at this point. Yay! And I couldn't record last week because I'm setting up a new work area. This is kind of a temporary recording setup right now, even. Sort of rickety. Oh well. But it looks pretty much the same because guess what? It's just me shooting down onto my nice work area. That looks fairly clean. We'll clean it up a little bit later. I'll be trying to see if we will add this. And as you can see, I mismeasured this piece here, so we're just going to shorten these pieces up on the side. Let's talk about my new van. I'm pretty excited. It needs a bit of work. I got it. It was running okay, but the alternator went out. I didn't exactly get the newest van, as you might imagine, but it should be okay. I'm gonna have my friend Mike. We went out and went to a bunch of different car lots, and he got me a nice van. Actually, pretty happy with it. It's blue, not white, not like your typical work van color. It had it's in pretty good condition. The AC worked, everything. The alternator just went out. So I'm hoping that it's not there's not more things similar to that. Oh man. The van has just the back windows and the driver and passenger side windows. There's no windows on the doors. And don't worry, we're going to end up running this and making it look nice before the end of this. In fact, I could do that now, or I could do it in this video. What else is there about my van? It had shelving units. I took most of them out. There's still one in there, but I don't need them really for what I'm doing. I'm probably just going to end up putting them up in my shop and using them to store bits and bobs and whatnot. Oh well. And my friend Sonny came over and he helped me out with that. I think I'm going to actually give Sonny my old car. My old car is kind of not really great, but Sonny doesn't have a vehicle at this point, so I'll just give it to him. I'm not going to charge him any money for it. He'll have to pay for, I believe, the title and the license plate and stuff to be changed over, and an insurance, of course. But that'll help him out, I feel. So, and if not, I'm just going to donate the car to Cars for Kids, just so it gets off my hands. I don't really care to make a profit off of it. I had it for over a decade, and it served me really well. And there's nothing really much more you can ask for the car. So my new van, I'm hoping we can go across country with it. Of course, bring our big stuff again. I think I mentioned the Reggies last time, and we'll be able to do that with the van. And I don't know how to quite approach people about coming to DaishoCon, and do not headbutt me. I'm working with a hot tool. I do not need to cut myself with this hot tool. I don't know how to quite approach people who are going to go to DaishoCon and say, hey, if you come and I'll come to my place for a fitting, and I'll just make you a costume. You promise to show for the masquerade with me. But that is essentially what the plan is. We'll see if I can get that to fly. I mean, still reserve the hotel room, Jesus. And that should be just fine. And rounding this out. That should be pretty nice. I'm gonna heat shape this a little bit better so it fits better, obviously. But yeah, that's all we really need to do for structural support. Now that I have the van, I can actually go buy a bunch of sheet material, which means I'm hoping to get not only some more things like, I'm just hoping to get things like MDF. When you buy these sheets, these full like 8x4 sheets of material, it's so much cheaper. Yeah, just buying bigger amounts or bigger areas is so much cheaper. Okay, that should be fine. Now, I want to get a couple different colors of PVC sheeting. Where's my clamps? Get over here, clamps. And I want to get, what else? Maybe a couple thicknesses, because obviously I had to layer this a few times to get the strength I wanted. If I got 3/8 of an inch, I wouldn't need to do this, which, you know, is a benefit. Do I have another clamp? Do I have one more clamp? Cat, help me out here. Do I have another clamp? No, I do not at this time. Oh well, I'll just have to glue these bits down and then move the clamp down here. I really want to work on something like a Gundam, which has really simple colors, and then just use the color of PVC to demonstrate that awesomeness when you work with plastics that you don't actually need to paint or anything. And figuring out what Gundams I want to do, like the super distorted SD, yeah, super distorted, are pretty good for using those big wide angles, and even though they're super distorted, you can fit a human body in them. It's totally feasible. Whereas in some of the other Gundam models, you have to really think about what you're doing, because they have pelvis and what is it, hip, just general torso issues where human internal organs do not agree. Is that in line? That looks pretty good. If I need to, I can reheat these pieces. And you know what else would be nice to put on those pieces is some foam, some just what is it? Pink foam. Let me think about foam. It is pink upholstery foam. There you go. Upholstery foam would be delightful right there. Yes, because it would make the wearing of this costume a bit nicer. We're going to be trimming and putting the trim and lining this next time, I believe. Also, we should probably fill that. I think we did this piece next. And I'm not sure whether I want to make it a permanent, put it on a some sort of hinge, or make it a loose, or if I want to permanently attach it like I'm attaching this piece. Alright, so let me put some more glue on the inside here. I'm running low on the weld-on. I really should be using some ridge dropper. It's way more efficient to be doing with it. We're going to let that sit. And what else were we going to do? I think that's really... let's make sure that it is mounted in pretty good. And we're going to be using these 1/2 inch screws, which I'm really happy. I really like using the 1/2 inch. With 4 layers of 1/8 inch, that equals, of course, 1 inch. Do I haven't think to kind of put a pilot. Right now my drilling tool is not nearby. I think I'm just gonna put a pilot in with the hot knife. I'm gonna screw that into place. Screwdriver around here? I know there's a screwdriver around here. I know there is. Screwdriver! Where'd you go? There it is. Lots of fun things. With Sonny hopefully getting the car, he's having obviously he's gonna have to work out the costs himself. I'm not gonna pay to have him take my car because I don't have the money to just pay people to do that. We'll see how that goes. And I should contact Mike after this and talk to him about the alternator. It shouldn't be too bad. I had to buy a battery just because the old one wasn't as good. And when the alternator goes out, it destroys the battery. Like, just destroys the battery. So, the van's not perfect, but lots of opportunities are coming. That should be great. Now, I want to put this. I like the wood screws because it allows me to push them right into the material and get them flush, and so they don't like, bump into me. The problem with using screws is punching through the facing and it messing it up. Let me see if I can give you guys an example. Where is it? Like here, you can see this hole from the screw. I need to fix that before we go in. And then next time, if one of the things coming up is figure out how to do this trim so that it's clean. And after all the pieces are fixed up, we're going to go and start scrapping things together. Once we know the scrapping is good, we are going to then take it apart, take the scrapping apart, and then paint it. And let's see. Okay, well that's stuck on pretty good. No, not. Okay, maybe not. Well, it's stuck on. I'm going to go and heat shape it and get it on there a little bit better. But that's it. Let me just add a little bit of that. And let that sit properly. Now, this glue only works from plastic, or sorry, PVC to PVC. So the any place where I put the wood clay or the paper clay, it won't bond. It just won't. Oh well, I hope you guys enjoy. I will be back with more content. We shall see possibly even a stream this week. And it will be awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. Good times to all. Hey, looks like you made it all the way to the end. If you're interested in more new tutorials, con coverage, and other cosplay shenanigans every week, hit that sub button to get it delivered hot and fresh to you.